My guest here today is Dr. Heather Buchanan, Associate Professor in Health Psychology and Course Director for MSc Health Psychology. Welcome to you, Heather. Could you please start by telling me about health psychology and how it's relevant for today's society?
Thanks very much, Annabelle. Yes, well, health psychology is incredibly relevant to today's society. As we all know, our health is central to our well-being and happiness. So health psychology really does address what keeps us healthy in terms of changing health behaviours, and also what happens to us in terms of the psychological side of it when we get ill as well. So we know that we've got an ageing population, so it's great news that we're living longer, but at the same time we're living longer with one or more chronic conditions. So it's going to become even more relevant as time goes on.
And can you tell me a little bit about the health psychology course at the University of Nottingham and what's so unique about it?
So yes, it's a one-year course, or you can do it 2 years part-time, and we teach it on campus, and we have a range of really exciting modules. So for example, we have modules on understanding, predicting and changing health behaviour. So for example, within that module, we would be looking at how people live in terms of the health behaviours that they choose or don't choose to do. So for example, smoking, drinking, safe sex, and how we can look to see whether we can predict whether people do these behaviours, and also crucially, how can we use health psychology to help change those unhealthy behaviours. So that's just one example of the exciting material that we cover in the course.
And in terms of research being done on this topic, how does the university use it to shape the teaching programmes?
So the research is really central to the course because it's all evidence-based, and all of our course team are active researchers in health psychology. So for example, one of my colleagues is one of the leading international experts in using the internet and online communities in terms of looking at how, for example, people use online support groups if they had or were affected by chronic conditions. So it really is the central focus. So if you come on the course, you will be taught by people who are leading experts in their area.
And how does doing this health psychology master's course prepare students for a future career?
Well, that's one of our unique focuses. So we have had a commendation from the British Psychological Society at our latest reaccreditation event. So for preparing students in terms of their future career. So we're very focused from day one in making sure that our students know what options are available for them, and then making sure that by the time they leave the course, we're getting them to the point where they're ready for that career. So it's very much a unique selling point for our particular course.
And are there any other factors about studying at the University of Nottingham in particular that make this such an attractive place to do this course?
Well, our course team that are based at Nottingham are leading experts in their chosen area of health psychology. So you will get unique, tailored supervision for your independent research project, which is really where students can choose an area that they're really excited about within health psychology and spend time under supervision researching that area. So that's one key area that really is very unique and exciting for the students. And those projects quite often go on to get presented at international and national conferences and also published in academic journals as well. We've got a fantastic track record. That's brilliant, of course, in terms of dissemination, but also brilliant for students' CVs and careers.
And in terms of alumni, they often come back to talk to current students who are on this course. So what are some of the benefits of that for those studying this course?
So we keep in touch with our alumni. We have a specific network within the course that we make sure that we are in contact with any alumni that are interested in keeping contact with us, so that I can help as course director, and also my colleagues as well, in making sure that we're helping them with their careers at different points. And we're lucky enough that every year within our professional skills module, our alumni come back and we have a whole afternoon where we have a graduate panel, and they tell the students about the jobs that they've got now, how they got them, and also it helps pay it forward to the next set of students. So they get help with networking and help with applications, and even finding out about jobs that they might not necessarily have found out in more kind of traditional means. So we've got a really fantastic alumni network, which I'm really proud of.
And is this a course that is applicable to international students, and is there anything, specialist that they can get involved with on the course?
So yes, absolutely. We have lots of international students on our course. Usually around about 50% of our students, and sometimes more, are international students from lots of different countries. And for us, it's really exciting because we learn about lots of different countries, as do our current students. So that's absolutely brilliant. And obviously we cover cross-cultural issues within the course as well. So we don't just look at it from a UK focus. So they bring a lot to us, and hopefully we also bring a lot to them.
Thank you so much for that and for joining me today.